McLeod now is going into a territory that he has never been in before. He's not just only a good character, a good man looking for virtue. He's a dark character fighting his own demons inside him. I believe that the evolution of Highlander unavoidably was going towards there because every episode up until then was exploring step by step more and more of the darkest aspects of the human soul.
Everything I was is gone! People I loved, things I cared about. I killed a friend. I can't exist like this.
And I was always looking for cinematic moments. When is movie making coming through being inscribed on film?
I'm glad we had Dennis Berry to do these episodes because he had done so many episodes for us before that and was so familiar with our stories and our cast. I think that another director, even one as talented as Dennis, who wasn't as familiar with our characters, wouldn't have been able to draw out the nuances of our Duncan hiding behind the evil Duncan.
It was very interesting to try to explain to Adrian Paul that you cannot act a bad guy and a good guy in the same moment. You can't be full of hate and want to kind of gratuitously kill somebody or humiliate a woman and at the same time say, I'm a man of honor, I will not invade your space.
Now, why don't you come with me?
Leave me alone!
Okay. Pity.
I told him you would go back and forth from being the McLeod full of virtue to the McLeod that has invaded by ugly, dark demons. And that when you choose to do something ugly, you have to go all the way, and then you choose to become McLeod again, and you have to go all the way. You can't act two things at the same time.
It just worked. You know, it went right to character. Everybody was larger than life. It had wonderful parts for Adrian to play, for Mythos to play.
But you will go mad. Do you know what evil is? Dark, soulless evil. Imagine it. Live it!
You're deluded.
What you see is what you get.
This gave him an opportunity to play all these things and kill some good guys.
No.
It's a great moment when McLeod kills his friend Sean Burns because you're sure he's not going to as an audience, and he does. That's great.
You know, we put ourselves in a box and saying, okay, we created this great character, we made him evil, how the hell do we get him out of here? And we didn't want to make it so that he was really simple, so simple. And this was such a major occurrence for the lead character in a series to basically commit murder and almost rape and be evil and dark, and then not totally redeem him, but give him the opportunity to fight his own dark side.
I can't do this. Fight it. Fight it like you have fought every other evil thing in your life, because that is what you're up against. Remember who you are. Remember this.
The ending of Deliverance came about because David Abramowitz, our head writer, had gone on a location scout to France to look at the places where we were planning to film our big two-parter. And when they took him to the place where that holy spring is located, which is a real chamber on the grounds of a monastery, he came back saying that he had felt something spiritual in the place, that the place had a real energy to it. So it almost inspired the story point of if you can get to the right place, nature will help you. Nature will help with your cleansing process.
Yeah, in Deliverance, in the end fight, that was probably one of the most difficult locations we've ever shot in. I think all the gear had to be lowered down from some kind of opening in the earth because it was underground cellar of some kind. We had to build the water there for the the sort of baptismal scene.
This dealt with all the great myths. I mean, Joseph Campbell would have had a field day with this episode. It dealt with death and rebirth. It dealt with the Jungian aspects of the dark side within us. It dealt with the symbolism of the baptism in the water and then the cleansing, the ritual cleansing. You know, we all have shadows within us. We all have dark sides. And if you don't recognize that, you get your ass in a lot of trouble. And it's when MacLeod recognizes his own dark side and does battle with his own dark side, with his worst instincts. That's what heroes do. That's one of the most heroic things he's done in the entire series. Fighting himself was this was his greatest opponent.
Come on, Ducky, you know you've already lost. Kill me, you kill yourself. It'll be the end of everything. Just you.
Fighting yourself means you have to have a double, and the double has to look exactly like you, and it's complicated to film because you're fighting yourself. So everything about it was very, very, very complicated.
MacLeod?
It's over.
Then I think this is yours.
And who but Mythos would understand this? Who but a character we later learned had his own dark side,